I have a special little present for you all today. And unfortunately, this present has come at a great detriment to my mental and spiritual well-being. I have spent the last 2 weeks venturing to the deepest, darkest parts of Instagram. I have seen man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. I have conquested and battled spiritual demons, the likes of which have not yet been seen by the normal eye. I have to warn you before we go any further. This quest will take us to a place that was not designed for mortal men. This is not for the weak, because where we are going today is Schizogram. What is schizogram, you might ask? Well, very apparently mentally deranged people are allowed to have iPhones and film themselves like they are influencers or vloggers, or just basically have free reign to be able to post whatever comes to their mind on the internet. Every once in a while, when you're scrolling down the reels on your explore page, you'll land upon a legendary mythical reel pool. And that reel will consist of someone rambling gobbledygook or speaking incoherently or screaming, "They're gonna get me, they're 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 coming for me, they're coming for me, they're coming for me." If you're someone like me, you'll be intrigued and you'll click on the page and you'll find that they've posted 1,000 times in the last 24 hours, something along the lines of how people are coming to get them, there are bugs in your skin, there are people in your walls, or there is one lady that I found that truly believes that her landlord is installing drywall screws that contain hidden cameras in them, so she is effectively dismantling her whole house, and her landlord keeps sneaking in and, what would the word be, remantling her house? And that ranges from believing that your landlord is installing secret camera drywall screws in your house, all the way to a black man who believes that he is building and field testing a hoverboard, but all he really is doing is putting Play-Doh on a tech deck. Something that I find extremely interesting about Schizogram is that the actions of its users are exacerbated by people like me that are gaslighting them in their comments. For example, I like to tell this woman with the drywall screws that I keep seeing her on the dark web and that she didn't get all of them. She needs to go get the ones out of her nightstand because I keep seeing that angle from her room pop up on the dark web and we can see her changing. So there's a lot of people that have found out that you can actually get these people to read your comments and then react to them IRL. Fucked up, I know. Entertaining nonetheless. This was not an easy video for me to make because it took quite a toll on my brain and my soul. But I think something that made this a lot easier was I went through and vetted, because I asked a lot of you to send me schizogram accounts, your favorite local schizo, and I needed to go through and vet every single account. In doing so, I realized that you can't just put people in a single box of crazy. You have to divide them up into sections or quadrants, or what I would like to refer to them as levels. The organization that I have come up with in my dossier for these people comprises of 5 different levels, and the primary focus is 3 main levels. Level 1 is reasoning and actions are discernible. So you can understand the reasoning, you can understand the reactions to their reasoning, and you can discern just exactly what is going on in their head, the logic behind it all. Although it may be schizophrenic, there is some 1 + 2 = 10 going on in their head that you can pinpoint. Level 2, their reasoning and actions are hard to pinpoint. It's not just, I'm being gang stalked by the government because I have secrets. It's a little bit deeper than that. You can't pinpoint exactly why they're doing the things that they're doing, what's going on in their head, and it took me a little bit longer. Level 2 people generally took me quite a while to really understand what is going on, what's making them tick, what their whole shtick is, basically. Level 3, they're absolutely incoherent. These are people that are most likely dangerous, just are speaking complete gibberish, tearing their house apart, digging holes into their skin, pulling out the blue wires in their skin that the government inserted into them, all of the monitoring devices in their toenails. These people should be locked in a cage, a danger to themselves and others, but for some reason, they have access to a cell phone and Instagram and are able to vlog their life. They're following me. They're following me. Please, please, God, help me. Starting our list out strong, our first Schizogram account goes by the username LynnBeth86, and it's ran by a woman, Lynn Smith. At first glance, this woman just looks like a normal, middle-aged white woman that posts about her life. When you start digging a little bit deeper, you notice that she has an unhealthy obsession with her son.
Just sitting here waiting in the parking lot for my son to come back out. He went into the store to get us some wine and beer and some nachos and chips, you know, some party stuff. He's visiting me for the weekend. He decided to move out last weekend with Mira.
So there is a woman in her son's life. Her name is Mira. And it seems like the son fell in love with this woman named Mira, and she's moving out. And so you'll see that as you scroll through her page that she doesn't like Mira. She hates that Mira is taking her son away from her.
What you gonna do if I break in your...
So she's starting a bunch of stuff with Mira. She's talking shit.
Figure out how you're still winning after all the dirt and lies they threw at your name. Mad.
She's a runner, she's a track star. She gon' run no.
My son's girlfriend, Mira, is behind me. She talks a lot. When I find out my son is thinking about breaking up with his girlfriend, so she's happy that her son's breaking up with her girlfriend. So she's even happy that her son is breaking up with Mira. Quick side note, she AIs herself into a bunch of videos and lies about her past, completely fabricates her life history. In this instance, she's talking about how before she got married, she had a sweet boy and 2 girls, and she was an Air Force pilot. So here's her being an Air Force pilot. Here's her being a professional surfer. And here's her. She was actually a professional wrestler in the WWE as well. As well as there's many other things that she did before she had kids. So that's when the delusions start leaking through. You're going, is this some sort of troll? Or does she actually believe these things? Or is she, what are her motives behind this? What is going on here? Then you look at the caption, it says served proudly. She served proudly as she was in the Air Force. And this is when I think I started getting concerned as I was scrolling through this page. This is a photo of her son and her daughter, that a photo that they sent her from when they were little for Mother's Day. That's not a real photo. That's AI. So we're getting a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. There's another AI picture of her and her son.
I have rapped in a program I did, a Weird Weekends.
Here's where, at first watching this was a level 1 or 2. This is where it goes to a level 3. This is where we have problems. I don't believe that this woman has a son. I don't think that a son exists in her life. I don't think she ever had a child. She AIs herself as a boy, and then here's her faking a phone call with Mira.
Yes, Mira, how can I help you? You saw my video on Instagram, and you thought it was stupid about Mr. Jailer, please let my son go free? Yeah, well, it's true, because you won't let me see him, and you won't let him come visit me. It's Mother's Day weekend, Mira. You've got to let the strings go from my boy. He's allowed to come visit me. He's calling me, texting me, telling me to get you to let him go so he can come over and see me. Like, what's your problem? No, I'm not the problem. You're the fucking problem because you need to let him come over and see me. He's my sweetest of heart. He's my sweet boy, Mira. What? I can do whatever I want on social media, girl. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. Oh, what? Oh, you're still going to let him come over because it's Mother's Day? Well, thanks. I appreciate that, Mira. Oh, thanks for the happy Mother's Day. It was kind of sarcastic, but thanks. All right, Mira. Have a good fucking day. Have the day you deserve.
Oh, bro. So my mom showed me this comment. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for calling me her sweet son. I am her sweet boy. Just like she's my sweet mama. She's my everything. She does everything for me, and I appreciate it with all my heart. So, bro. So my name is Sean, by the way. If you haven't seen my videos, I don't have my own page yet because, you know, I don't want to outdo my mom's because my mom's doing so well right now on the IG. I let her be moms and let her talk about me because she is everything, bro. She's everything you ever want your mom to be, bro. She's amazing, and comments like this just make my whole damn day because it makes me feel so special for my mom, bro. Because she works so hard to bring you content about her sweet son, me. Now, she got me a gift today because she knows I love horror movies. Love horror movies. I'm going to show you what she got me, bro. She got me a Scream, because a new Scream movie's coming out soon with the original actor that played in it with Skeet. Look at that, bro. My mom's is the best, bro. You don't have a mom like me. You know you wished you did, bro, but you don't. But if you did, you're damn lucky. Yeah, she got me a Scream, because I love horror movies. I love Scream. It's one of my favorite movies, bro. She let me watch anything I want growing up. That's why I let her watch Halloween. I watched everything. You can imagine, bro. But thank you for this comment. And by the way, my name is Sean, bro.
This is what happens when you blend the wonderful world of schizophrenia with a Gen X white Karen. This is what happens. There's no evidence on this page that her son or Mira exists. On this reel, she forgets to put the voice filter on.
You guys coming at my mom's like the way you are, it's pissing me off, bro. Like, why are you such a little jellyfish? Why are you such a little baby bitch? Like, why you just gotta hide behind a keyboard? I gotta look at your profiles and you're just a little bitch, bro. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why don't you come at me, bro, on my page, on my comments? Say my mom's alone. My mom is out there looking out for me. That's all she's done her whole life. That's what she's done. She's broke her back.
Here's an AI time-lapse of her son from the time that he was a baby to now, how old he is now. This has all been in the last week, by the way. A lot of this stuff you're going to find is very recent. That's something that I realized with Schizogram is a lot of these people that I've been sent, if they're posting, it's because their account hasn't been deactivated yet. So it's all very recent. All the other, I've got sent a lot of other ones that their account was deactivated. You could even track when their mental health started going downward. I don't know if this woman, if it's something a little bit more sinister, like her son died or something. I think if that was the case, she would have pictures of him, not AI meeting my son and his girlfriend for Cinco de Mayo got dressed up.
'Cause you a MILF and I'm a motherfucker.
Very weird. Very odd behavior.
Hater talks of my mom, as she calls you. She's not fetish. She is not a psycho. She's not a troll. She's a mom who loves her son, bro. Why can't you understand that, bro? Get your shit mind out of the gutter, damn, bro. I mean, you're the ones that's fucking sick, talking like that. You need your damn head checked, and I'll check it for you, bro. Just remember that.
Damn.
Yes.
Here's something fascinating that I noticed. In all of the generations, it looks like she's using the same reference picture for the child because it's this guy, whoever this guy, this face. Look at this. Remember this, the nose, the mouth, everything. It's the same face. So I'm a lot of this is going to be speculation, but I have a theory that she's using. This is way out there theoretically that she's using a guy that she was in love with and having it generate a child image of her and them. Because I know in AI, you could put your face in someone else's face and have it generate what the child would have looked like. And personally, that's what I think is going on here. I think she's generating an AI child with the exact picture of a guy that she used to be in love with or something. Look at this. I mean, this is fucking game theory at this point, but still, it's a little weird. Maybe she's just generating a child.
You have massively fucked me over.
Maybe she's generating a child based on just her image. It's very odd that you can get AI to make this face every single time, though.
Fucked me over. I will never think of you the same.
Yep.
Enjoy your bad karma.
Right.
Rotten.
She a bad little.
Oh yeah, she used to also be a professional golfer as well. She beat Tiger Woods. This is how much she's posted in the last 15 days. I mean, it's not a lot compared to some of the other accounts that we're going to be exploring today, but still, this bitch is active. That's as far as I'd like to travel down the rabbit hole for Lynn Beth 86. I have her clocked somewhere between a level 2 and a level 3. Level 2, I can't really tell what her motives are. I can't pinpoint exactly the reasoning behind any of this, but she's not necessarily incoherent. She is calculated in the way that she's posting these things. I just don't understand what her motives are, what her reasoning is, what her logic is, and why I have to basically make shit up. I have to make up fan fiction to figure out what the hell is going on with Lynn Smith. The next person on the list goes by Dr. Sarah Harris, MD, PhD, G/5, E/8, EMN, his, she, her. This person is what I would consider dangerous purely off of the fact that she is so confident in the way that she speaks. There is some intelligence behind her. There's some pattern, there's some design, there's some calculation behind what she is doing, and to be quite honest with you, she fooled me for a second. Someone sent me her page by way of this exact reel.
Good meetings this morning, everybody. We had a short Sunrise Medical debriefing and direction setting, and then I even got to catch a nap. It was a short meeting, and we just had another short cabinet meeting, administrative meeting. Now it's off to some logistical stuff and hopefully some more direct face-to-face later this afternoon. I hope y'all have a great day.
Initial thoughts, I see an older woman in a cardigan, semi-business casual. This looks like something maybe a doctor would be wearing on her day off. Her hair is slicked back in a old school style professional way, the way that a woman this age would be dressed as a professional, as a doctor or something. You see, she kind of doesn't even look unhealthy. Her skin's not too bad for her age. She's talking about getting out of meetings, logistics, analysis. Oh, now we're moving on to the next stage of the cabinet, board meetings, all this stuff. And you're like, okay, wait. So I watched this reel. I'm like thinking, this is just like a professional, this is like a doctor. What's crazy about this? I'm going to explain to you what's crazy about this woman.
I've just been informed that the state broadcasting groups are going to be taking my original SOTU, my State of the Union address, and creating productions out of certain sections of it so that I won't have to speak it out loud. For example, the disability is not a barrier to success in public service is going to be a video presentation. So I think that's pretty cool. Thanks. What a great idea.
So she wrote a State of the Union address. You could see on the table here, she's got a book that she's journaling in. Maybe this is a woman who is a doctor on her weekend. She's had a couple glasses of wine. She's speaking a little bit more shakily, but still nothing crazy yet. So you're probably looking at me and wondering, Face, this is just a woman who's a doctor, you know, who makes some kind of weird reels on the weekend. To give you a little background on this person, she believes that her wife is Bella Hadid, the supermodel. She also believes that she has full control and authority over the DOJ, and she also constantly threatens to exert her full authority over Starbucks, Walmart, and Costco. Not only that, she's currently being held hostage at her home by her neighbors that are using sound weapons against her.
You tried to buy yourself 30 days of terrorism and told me I would be stuck in a literally shit-infested house for 30 days, and I told you you have 3. Right now, there is some drama associated with the name Bella Ashcraft. Bella Ashcraft is Bella Hadid, my wife. I'm currently being held hostage in my home. I am not able to take a ride share or a cab to go anywhere to rent a car or to leave or stay somewhere else. My neighbors are harassing and terrorizing me with sound weapons that threaten me if I choose to try to leave. I am being held against my will in a location where I do not agree to stay, that is condemned. It is not physically safe to be here. It is unsanitary. I have ordered the DOJ to charge me with anything that I might be legally liable for, criminally or otherwise. So I've also apologized to the people who I know I've hurt, including my wife, Euphrat. Expect to see me exerting my authority at Starbucks and Walmart.
This one was a little hard for me to clock in as well. I'm going to give Dr. Harris a level 3. There is a caveat with the leveling system that I didn't explain to you earlier. And the caveat is this person is upgraded another level based upon my perceived amount of danger that they are to the public. This person is well-spoken, is intelligent. She uses big words. When she's having a good day, she's able to string together believable sentences. I think this person is an actual danger to people or someone in their immediate vicinity because she is kind of believable at the outset. So Dr. Sarah Harris is going to be a level 3. Although she's not incoherent, I don't really understand what her motives are. What are her motives? This woman is like an evil villain. This is pure chaos. I don't know what her motives are. I can't pinpoint them. I've watched a lot of these videos. A lot of them, trust me. I can't tell what is happening. Whereas with Lynn Beth, we were able to tell that she maybe wants a son really badly, so she is making him up that he exists. I cannot justify any of this woman's actions. She believes that she's a congresswoman. She believes that she has authority over the DOJ. And then she'll just go to talking about how to make the perfect hot dog.
Put chili on it if you want to. I don't. I put 2 slices of avocado, 2 slices of fresh tomato, coleslaw, salt and pepper, and then if you want to, you can put mustard. I don't usually. And then pickles, actual dill pickle spears. And you put it all on there, and you have to eat it with a fork and a knife. I also really like a hot dog with mayo and mustard instead of ketchup and mustard. That's a good one.
Thanks, Dr. Sarah. I'm going to try that next. I have a few level 1s that I want to get through before we dive any further down into the deepest, darkest corners of Schizogram. First one up is Jesus, the Living Son. I believe that this dude is autistic, but he also truly believes that he has telekinetic powers. He also holds an airbending masterclass on Zoom so that you could train with him. There's a lot of telekinetic black people on social media. It's a whole movement. This guy I decided to highlight because he really believes, because a lot of them, you can tell that they don't really believe it. You know, they're like moving a Dorito chip, and they're like, there's some people that believe that there's some Wakandan energy deep in their soul. If they just embrace their melanin, they can unlock it. This dude believes he's already unlocked it. It's there. He can move things with his mind. He also sells magic wands. The main reason I wanted to highlight this gentleman is because he started making me go schizo watching his videos because they're very believable. That nigga is moving that trash. I don't care what any of y'all say. That nigga is moving that trash. He's charging up. I'm a believer.
Starting a GoFundMe.
I'm a
to raise
believer. That
money for
motherfucker
the
got me
Phoenix
got me
Academy.
hooked. He's
A
moving that shit. Yeah, no. He even moved the phone. When he looked, did you see that? Look at that. He had so much telekinetic power when he moved the phone, when he looked away. Bro. Huh, oh, brother, come on. He's got so much telekinetic power that he made the car alarm go off. And you're going to look me dead in the eye and tell me that this nigga don't got special energy? I've saved a lot of the good stuff for last. I would say out of this whole list, this has to be one of my favorites. I think I could do a whole video deep dive on just this page alone. This is Kenyo HQ. He is a scientist. He is the official inventor of the 9th dimensional topological tritium particle collider hoverboard. The beauty of this account is the fact that he is being gaslit by his comment section, and pretty much every video you could see that other people are steering his studies in the correct direction to ensure that he figures out quantum mechanics and how hoverboards actually work, and he actually invents one. I'm from the big science program from the White House. Great work. Add a quantum polarizer. That changes the charge of the ions in relation to the Earth's rotation. This will allow acceleration to exceed the speed of time. Have you considered the aerodynamic profile, the electrical conductivity of the materials, heat dispersal? I'm very interested in funding this project. The quantifying kaleidoscope needs to be at 45 degrees. This way, the interdimensional compartments align and reduce space-time discharge. He's basically just putting Play-Doh and tinfoil and rocks and magnets. He has a lot of field testing going on. Don't even bother. You are decades behind my research. He's got some goo. He's putting some goo on it. You just need to reinforce the ambifacients lunar wane shaft with a prefamulated amulite core to counteract the magneto-reluctance. Also, swap the retro encabulator for matrix for a high-impedance regurgitative trunnion to stabilize the 8th dimensional flux manifold. That should eliminate any side fumbling and ensure smooth multiplanar equilibrium. I'm sure he took that advice to heart and created whatever the fuck this is. When I was researching Kenyo HQ, I wrote in my dossier, he believes he is a scientist building a real hoverboard, just puts Play-Doh on the bottom of it, is being gaslighted by his comment section to think he is going in the right direction with this prototype. This is probably a side effect of AI pictures of a black Wakandan 𝐻𝐻𝐶𝐻𝐿 technology that was taken from them by the white man back in the day. Nigga chain AI layer 2 hoverboard technology. By the time of getting to Kenyo HQ on my dossier, my mental state had rapidly decreased and I was delirious. I sat through here and scrolled through all of these in hopes of finding any sort of semblance of anything, literally anything logical.
Just wanted to show you guys because I was doing muon lepton catalyzed fusion for my hoverboard, and some people thought it was weird. Go check out Sabine. She's a popular physics YouTuber. You can see I didn't come up with this idea. I just am the one who's thinking that maybe people don't realize muon might be the particle of the fusion dimension in the 8th dimension. That's all I was saying. So they're finding out muon catalyzed fusion makes a lot of sense. And guess what?
Grown-ass man playing with tech decks. You thought it was a child? This is a grown man. You can tell by the hands. You probably weren't focusing on the hands because you were looking at the blob of shit that he glued to a tech deck.
Almost a complete success, except for the weight disbalance. That turned unsuccessful. Oh, jeez.
If you want to explore Kenyo HQ for yourself, I welcome you to do so. I'm just here to give you the cliff notes and some of the highlights and explain to you just what's going on here. Kenyo HQ is a level 2. This next person on the list is a level 3. So this lady is the hidden camera drywall screws. She is finding hidden camera screws all over her house. She has a whole bucket of screws that she, from dismantling her house, taking her house apart. One thing that I found when it came to hidden camera screws when doing my research was that there's no hidden camera screw that is self-contained. They always have wires and shit coming off of them. There's no just screw that is self-contained and has the battery and the recording device all within the screw. They all look, you can look in them and see a lens as well. That black one looks a little funny, especially if you were on speed or meth or something. That probably looks really funny, but she's pulling cables out of her walls and thinks that there's recording devices in them. So the story of this woman is kind of interesting. She's a little bit rare of a breed because she doesn't look crazy. She's got they always have it in the eyes. The eyes never lie. She's got the crazy eyes. She goes to the gym. She's athletic. A lot of people would find her attractive. And that's what makes her dangerous because she's obviously batshit insane. From going through her reels, I found out that there was a guy at her church that she noticed one day who was looking at her. And then later on in the day, she was at the gym and she saw him there at the gym and he was very obviously trying to get her attention. So she, like any sane person would do, had a public meltdown, panic attack, freaked out, canceled her gym membership, and then went to the church and got the guy kicked out of her church. And it's because he's gang stalking her, of course. Everyone is gang stalking her around her. But what it sounds like is the guy just saw her at church and was like, oh, she's pretty. That girl goes to my gym. Saw her late on the day, was like working his way up, working himself up. He's, I'm going to talk to that girl today. I'm going to say hi to her. And he's trying to get her attention. And then she just freaks out and ruins his public image at the church he goes to. And then she moves gyms. The other thing that I find really interesting is that she didn't really have a mental break until very recently. So if you go down her feed, the start of her mental break is as recent as September 2024. If you go down her feed and you look at all of her videos before her mental break, this is all pre-September 24. It's just selfies and her having fun with her kid. She's living her life. And then something in September happened and she goes absolutely batshit insane. Look at it. It all starts going to news, politics, filming random people in public. She thinks she's being followed. What's even crazier is that it seems as though she has a little bit of justification to be feeling this way. It seems as though she was dating somebody. She's insane, don't get me wrong. But it seems as though she was dating someone who fucked with her a little bit. Police officer.
Hey, this is Paul. Hey, I'm letting you know that, what happened in the past, it was fucked up, but it was some bullshit game I was playing, and I didn't mean any of it.
Isn't Sacramento the same police department that was harassing that one guy and then burnt his house down while he was in it and burnt him alive? Oh, it was Fresno. Okay. John Lang was Fresno, but something a lot of you don't know because you're not from California. Fresno and Sacramento are not too far away. They're about 2 hours away from each other. There's been a lot of corruption in Northern California police departments. So I do find that kind of odd that this woman has a little bit of justification because it seems as though she dated a police officer and he did something really fucked up to her and she had this mental break and now she thinks she's being gang stalked and there's people harassing her. And it's not helping that her comment section is telling her that I know him. He's got a hidden camera business and he works with the government to spy on people. I know that Vato. They call him El Pecas. He works in the cartel. That probably is not helping her at all. It's weird when you see them having their mental break and when it's recent, when it's not like, oh, that's just Psycho Bob. Psycho Bob's been around forever. When you see like a normal person, it makes you think that, man, maybe it could happen to any of us. Thank you for sitting along with me and watching me skull fuck my algorithm. This has been the most mentally straining video I have ever made. Diving deep into the darkest parts of Schizogram has drained me spiritually and mentally. And I think I'm going to have fucked up dreams. I'm going to need to pray, possibly have an exorcism. Probably I'm going to need to go on a 3-day fast after this and get rid of all of the demons. Maybe get some moldavite crystals and swallow them. Swallow some black tourmaline crystals, some moldavite. There's probably a commentary to be made that building this dossier on all of these people may just be a practice in schizophrenia in itself. There was quite a few other Instagrams that I was sent that weren't necessarily schizo accounts, but I think that they merit me exploring on their own. There was one that was a Jamaican cult that seemed to worship money. There was another guy that didn't speak English that was getting harassed by drones. There's quite a few, so maybe you guys can send me more Instagrams in the DMs that you find interesting. They're all unique in their own little special way, aren't they? I mean, there's a few that the gang stalking thing, it's like, okay, dude, you're being gang stalked, whatever. Not that big of a deal. We've all been there before. We've all had box trucks parked outside of our house. Not a big deal, dude. But then you find they all are so unique in their own little way. It's like I'm collecting them. Collecting all of these crazy people like they're my own little collection.